Hello and welcome to another update video about the NASDAQ. So today we want to cover the NDX chart, looking here at the daily chart, the larger time frame, to give you an idea of where we might be going. And I already mentioned in our stocks membership that the white scenario will likely be invalidated, and it's now pretty much at the invalidation point. So I think we can probably ignore that. I still want to mention it though, but it's likely going to be invalidated. It's not dramatic because sort of the expectation was anyway that this is probably not going to play out due to the depth of the decline. The first indication that this is not going to play out was already a break below 19,090. What is the white scenario? In the white count, we are in an ending diagonal to the upside from the April low last year. So we had a wave 1 in 3 waves, a wave 2 to the downside, a third wave in 3 waves, a fourth wave. And, until it broke that 19,093 level, that could have been a nice wave 4. But obviously here the break was not great because we don't want a fourth wave to break below the 61.8 retracement, not in a diagonal, not even though it's technically still valid, but it is normally too deep to be considered a wave 4, and then it could have formed the fifth wave up. But we already talked about that, that this is likely going to be invalidated. So I'm not going to take it off the chart just yet. Formal invalidation point is the 17,400 level. This is the swing low from August 2024. Because while it has become unlikely, it's only invalidated if it gets a break below the wave 2 low. But we can remove the upper support zone. So just wanted to highlight it. This is still possible. You can get these expanding diagonal patterns, but we should talk about it, but we should also talk about that it has become kind of a less likely scenario. Now, that opens the door to a few different interpretations. Now, one interpretation is the blue scenario, in which we are just working on a larger wave 4. And in this scenario, we're dealing with a larger degree impulse to the upside from the 2022 low. All of this was a third wave from the March 23 low here, actually, yeah. And we're now in a wave 4 pullback. And this is sort of what I see as the last opportunity for the bulls to take the lead from here, from this region, to rally once more and form one more high in this cycle, in this bull cycle, you could say. Because let's be honest, if it also breaks below the 16,100 level, then it opens the door. Basically, it will make this blue interpretation far less likely. Below 16,100, that's the 50% retracement, and we don't want a fourth wave in an impulse to break below the 50% retracement of the third wave. So that means any break below it will mean we're likely in a much more bearish scenario. Now, I think it's already dropped more than 20% off the high. That is already officially bear market territory. And this decline can still be counted as a wave 4 in the blue scenario. So I don't want to give up on the bullish thesis for one more high. However, as I've been mentioning for many, many months, we are very, very close to a substantial top. Also for the SPX, by the way, if you watched my videos on the MCO Global channel, by the way, this channel is linked in the description, then you know about my thesis that the NASDAQ as well as the S&P 500 are pretty much, at the end of a major, major bull market. And the bear market, while I'm not someone who's early in, I don't want to confirm bear markets too early. People confirmed a bear market already in, when was that, here in January 23, or was it October 23? I think people said, "Oh, this is the bear market." It was too early. Okay, and so we want solid confirmation. So far, this wave 4, it was only the first support area broke. Okay, so in my opinion, not really any meaningful support areas broke. Of course, there's a 20% decline. It's substantial, but from a structural point of view, we are still way above 2022 lows. We're still way above 2023 lows, and therefore, it's important to understand that this is maybe just a large setback in still an active uptrend. So, but we are at a tipping point, okay? We are at a tipping point, and the larger degree bull market could already be over. That's the yellow scenario. So what I'm watching is exactly this support zone, 16,100 to 17,360 for reaction. But please note, until we get a first 5-wave move up from a low, there is no confirmed trend reversal to the upside. If from here a reaction unfolds and it's just a corrective rally, then we are likely going to deal with a B-wave bounce, and then any 5-wave movements to the downside will set the stage for a much, much larger correction, which could even take us maybe back to the 2022 lows or even lower. I'm talking about a major bear market that the S&P 500 will also see, most likely. But I still keep the door open for one more high. That should give you a good idea of the levels. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the NASDAQ, also the S&P 500 ES futures charts, check out our stocks and S&P 500 service. The link is in the description. The NASDAQ is included as well. I've started to cover it on a daily basis very recently after strong demand. It is a lot of work, but the demand was there, and I want to provide more value. So I'll link the membership in the description. You can also access the live charts depending on your tier that you're selecting, and I also link it in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.